Welcome to the Austin Cemetery. I'm Janice Weeb, chairperson of the Austin Cemetery Committee, which consists of Arlene Jarama, Barb Grift, Lorraine Shapansky, Doug Hodgins, Jack Kronk, and Ken Winters. Not everyone can say their cemetery is a busy place, but ours has had a lot going on, even in these quiet times. We are into our third year of refurbishment project where we are straightening and washing headstones, especially the historic ones at the risk of falling or where they are unreadable. Our $3,000 per year budget can do between 20 to 30 stones, depending on the work involved with each. Community generosity in support of our fundraisers goes a long way on this annual ongoing project. Should your family's plot need work, please contact us and we'll let you know what's involved in getting it fixed up. A new columbarium is coming this fall where the new cement pad sits. Funds were being raised and the generosity of the Tom and Hazel Lowe estate topped up that project. So thankful to the Lowe family for their support of a true community project. Our veterans are always treated with the greatest respect here in Austin. Annual poppy placement ensures their visibility in our midst. The cenotaph also lists the veterans from this community. The cenotaph is receiving a facelift this summer, made possible by the Manitoba Military Grant, a North Norfolk Foundation grant, sales from fundraisers, and general donations. Thank you to everyone who supports this cemetery in these ways. Now, the Pioneer Memorial. This cemetery is located along the Fort Ellis Trail. It is said to come by where the grandstand of the museum sits, and then passes along the north side of here and goes west across our farm. Elders in the community talked of crosses along the trail, marking graves of settlers, pioneers, and travelers who traveled no further. In most instances, those markers are long gone. In our cemetery, we also have many unmarked graves, where wooden crosses and markers once were, or records have been lost. Our Pioneer Memorial Project is in honor of those whose presence in history was real, but their graves are no longer visible. The Manitoba 150 grant in 2020 of $6,500 made this memorial we are unveiling tonight a reality. Our history lies in our cemeteries, and we honor it gladly with this beautiful reminder of those who have gone before. Thank you to everyone for their interest and for coming out in support of cemetery projects. The generosity of our community members with donations and volunteer time, and with the support of the municipality of North Norfolk as well as the province of Manitoba with grants, our cemetery is able to restore, refurbish, maintain, and build new for future generations. We'll have a few words from Cairn Guth from the North Norfolk Foundation.
Thank you, Janice. Hi there, I'm Cairn Guth from the North Norfolk Foundation, and thank you very much for this opportunity to present at the unveiling of the cenotaph. Arlene Jarama, on behalf of the Austin Cemetery Committee, applied for a Build 150 grant for her interesting project in recognizing the need for the marking of the graves. These types of projects are unusual and very important to history, especially of North Norfolk. I'd like to take a moment to thank Arlene for working on tirelessly on these types of projects, because not everybody just picks up a project like this. So we appreciate that you're so connected to history, but also to the people of North Norfolk that have lived here, and Janice as well, and Janice Weave as well. Yeah, so it was very interesting when Arlene came to ask for a grant from the Build 150, and she presented in front of the entire committee. What was interesting about it was the fact that we had never heard of this witching sticks that she uses to find graves, and she described the whole process, and she had absolutely everybody enthralled. And so it's very unusual for us to have an opportunity to hear such a storytelling project, and that's part of what the legacy of Build 150 is supposed to be about. It's building for Manitoba's, of course, of its birthday, 150 years, and about the storytelling and the stories that are around our province. And so this was just a perfect project to be chosen as one of the 4 projects that the North Norfolk Foundation sponsored. So the North Norfolk Foundation matched 4 grants for a total of $40,000 to create a legacy Manitoba Build 150 projects. The North Norfolk Foundation chose Austin Cemetery, Sprucedale Greenhouse, Valley View Bible Camp, and the North Norfolk Dog Park. To to receive funding. These projects were chosen to have long-lasting impacts to the North Norfolk area. The North Norfolk Foundation continues to grant worthy projects in our area, granting approximately $68,000 per year. We really are glad to be a part of this, and we hope we continue with more history projects in our area, because that's what keeps it alive. We have a tremendous relationship with the museum across the street, and I've been funding numerous projects over the years and continue to support those as well. But I know that as I look around, there's others that are interested in history projects, and I hope you reach out to the foundation. We'd like to support. So thank you very much for having me today, and this is a wonderful opportunity for all of us.
We've also got Arlene here. If you see anything pretty in the cemetery, Arlene's responsible, because she is the artsy person on our committee, and she makes everywhere she goes more beautiful, and she works so hard and tirelessly for our committee and for the cemetery. So Arlene?
Okay. First I'm going to talk about the unmarked graves. It began with when Janice came on the committee. She said there are so many babies or buried here that are unmarked. We should have some kind of a dedication to them. Now, so I applied when this Manitoba 150 came up. I applied and we received it. Last summer, Janice and I walked the cemetery with the wires. We found and recorded 126 unmarked graves, not including this area, which is, you said, over 100. So this all probably are burials that had wooden crosses over 120 years ago. So this is the only project we don't have any funding for. We have 29 graves we have found that have names. Not all of them have dates yet. 5 of them will be family supported. So this is something that will be our next project, is the unmarked graves. It's $150 to support a small stone. And as I showed you with this, we just walk it and pretty good chance I'll find one. We can also tell if it's male or female. Janice is better at this than me, but there can't be any wind. If you hold it like this, it depends whether it goes clockwise or counterclockwise, whether it's male or female. Another project, I've been doing cemetery saddles. They're $50 each, and $25 goes to the cemetery. This one is for sale. This was on spec. So I've done about 8 so far. That's anything else? Okay, Janice?
Thank you everybody who came and who's interested in our projects that we do here, and thank you everybody for your support. And we're going to take the tarp off this beautiful memorial.
Oh, just wait. Are you ready, Declan?
Get in the air. Thank you to Ed and Kelvin for the sound. And we have Declan on the drone, and Neil's taking pictures, Barb's taking pictures. Thank you all so much. Danny?
Oh, okay. All right. dedicated to the memory of those who have passed this way, travelers, homesteaders, pioneers, and infants who lay in unmarked and unknown graves in the Austin Cemetery, as well as those buried in nearby fields and along the Fort Alice Trail, erected by the Austin Cemetery Committee with funding from Manitoba Build 150 and the North Norfolk Foundation, June 2021. Could we just take a few minutes to bow our heads and think of those in the unmarked, unknown graves, as well as those marked and known in the Austin Cemetery? Thank you for your respect. I guess that is her.